Ramit.
Yes.
Super. Thanks everyone for joining. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening based on the location you are joining from. And we really appreciate uh, as you've joined. It is a holiday in all over the world, right? So thanks for your time. I hope this investment in time it will give you the result. And welcome to our session. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, Ramit.
Great. Thanks once again to everyone. So, as you know, we have communicated in our community, this will be an interesting session. And I really appreciate your time from our community, which is East India community, which is based on Kolkata. And it doesn't matter because our teams, our virtual channels allows us to join from different part of the world. And this session will be on the petty cash. So petty cash being a very common requirement in each and every, if not each and every organization. I'm sure this is a requirement for um, almost most of the organization. So based on this petty cash concept, what we will do, we have basically arranged a session from this East India community. And uh, you know, being a leader for this community, uh, I, Ramit Paul and Karthik will be taking this session. This is our community video channel, I mean YouTube channel, where you can see a lot of all the playlist where we have completed around 11 sessions. When you talk about our community, where we have completed session on 5 important sessions on electronic reporting. And electronic reporting is a very important area of ERP in Microsoft Dynamics 365. And you can see our YouTube channel. You can go through these links, and this is all free link. You can utilize this learning session. You can develop your report based on these reporting sessions. And other things, we have completed few sessions on Azure integration and other community session like revenue, budgeting, credit management, all the sessions we have taken from our community. So now this is the time we are, you know, giving away our knowledge. We are sharing our knowledge on petty cash, and we are continuing. We are, trying to continue this uh, session in next month as well. In every month, like in next month, we are hoping that uh, cash and bank management session on the touchless, the new features which is on the cash and bank management, which is touchless advanced bank reconciliation, we are planning to. So let's, like you are joining, let's be in touch. We will be broadcasting the session details, timing, and all very soon. And in this session, what we have covered up as agenda is we will give an introduction. We will make you understand what is petty cash, uh, what are the setups involved, and then we will also talk about the end-to-end demo, how this is done, and what functionality, what capabilities we have in Dynamics 365 to cater all the possible requirements from all the industries. And later on, we will take the questions from your end. And when you talk about question and answers, don't consider this is just a question. Consider that whatever the requirement you are getting from your industry or implementation, those questions not only will be answered. If we are not able to answer it, or we are not able to, if you are not able to solve it in this session, we will take this to a Microsoft product group team. Because you know being a MVP, I'm also MVP in Microsoft Dynamics 65. So whatever the feedback you give, I will take this to, or maybe from our group, we will take this to the product group team. We will try to mitigate those risks, or the concerns, whatever you have from your industry. And we try to, you know give this feedback to the Microsoft product group team as well. So let's start the session for the introduction. So when you talk about the petty cash, see what is petty cash? Petty cash is what, say suppose a industry or any company, they have multiple branches and they have bank accounts. But you know, some of the branches or all the branches, they have petty cash. Fund is a small amount of company cash, often kept on hand to pay for minor or incidental expenses, such as office suppliers or employee reimbursement. In short, this petty cash is basically a cash in hand in accounting concept. Say you have a bank account, but you also have some requirement in daily requirement, right? In evening, a company can have snacks. A company can give some, some voucher to their laborers. So for that, they don't issue the check. They what they do, they have some cash in their drawer or a cash custodian is there. So they release those cash to their laborers or the requirements like incidental expenses. For those, they need some cash, and that's what for that they need some, that is called about the petty cash. So if we talk about the petty cash from the accounting point of view, so what is, how to articulate this from the accounting point of view. So when you have bank account and when you need to transfer this cash from the bank, so what will be your accounting entry? So you need to transfer like petty cash account debit, like, and then the bank account will be credited. And whenever the reimbursement and the incidental expenses will, come into the picture, then what will be your accounting entry? Like the postage and office suppliers will be debited, and the petty cash will be credited. So in short, when you talk about petty cash, it's basically a cash in hand. So cash in hand, from where you get this cash in hand? From your bank account. So from, say suppose you need some cash. So what you do, you basically credit the amount from your bank and you debit the amount to your petty cash. And when your petty cash account gets debited, once the when you release the petty cash, when you release the cash from your petty cash accounts, gets credited, and the original expenses like postage, office suppliers, or the incidental expenses, when it comes to the picture, that becomes a debit, and then the petty cash accounts gets credited. And when you see the right side of this column, it's the ledger, what we have tried to articulate that, so suppose, I mean, whatever the entry we have posted to bank, it's 100, and then postage and office suppliers, all it becomes as a credited. So it is a petty cash account ledger, what you have tried to articulate. And when you talk about the setup, so now we will show you what, setup is required in the system to enable this petty cash feature. Let me just open the system. Just a minute. So when you talk about the petty cache functionality, it basically available from the 1039 version, and this is available in feature management. So this is the new feature, and petty cache comes as a sub ledger in system right now. So as of now, whatever the, whenever the petty cache requirement came up as part of implementation requirement gathering, when our customer or any industry CFO or CIO talks about the petty cache, what what we have been doing, we basically have been asking to create a ledger account, or we have been asking to create a dummy bank account where they can create a bank account as a petty cache, they can use it. But from 10.13 version, this petty cache becomes a subledger in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. So after enabling this feature, a good thing about this feature is you can enable this feature as per the legal entity. So for some of the legal entities, say suppose you don't need this petty cache feature, you can avoid it. How you can do that? So even if you enable this petty cache feature, you need to still enable this petty cash feature from the cash and bank management. So when you go to the cash and bank management parameters, after enabling this feature, you need to enable this petty cash feature from the enable petty cash, as you see in my system. So once I enabled it, then only from the cash and bank management, this petty cash option is enabled. And if you see under this petty cash, there are cash accounts and sleep journals. So before I come to this cash account and slip journal, what I need to show you that I need to go to the cash and bank management as a prerequisite. I also need to do the setup in the number sequence. So number sequence, there are a lot of cash vouchers requirement. Cash voucher is there. So you need to configure this number sequence, cash reimbursement slips, cash reimbursement disbursement slips. So when you talk about cash reimbursement, it is basically cash reimbursement when the petty cash accounts gets increased or gets debited. Then the cash reimbursement slip comes into the picture, and then disbursement means when the petty cash accounts gets credited means when you actually release the cash from your cash in hand account, then it calls a disbursement. So that when you do that activity in system, then the cash disbursement slips comes in the picture. Similarly, cash correction voucher, exchange adjustment slip, and cash adjustment slip in the reporting currency, all the cash related number sequence you need to complete. Then once done, another thing you need to do is cash account. So I will now talk about some scenarios in the system. Say suppose you are working in an implementation where a company is having their branches in Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad. So for that, each and every branch need to have a cash account. So when you talk about cash account, yes, they have a bank account, but for these regular expenses, they still need to release some money from their drawer or some from the company's pocket. For that, they cannot use check, right? Because say suppose a employee comes or a requirement comes up for a regular snacks, so they cannot just release a check and send to someone to get it in cash. For that, they need some money for their branch. For that, what we need to do, we need to create some cash accounts. Like I have mentioned, similarly, we have created this scenario in the system. So what we have done, we have created cash accounts. So cash accounts, by the way, is just a subledger. So like we have bank accounts, now we have cash accounts as a subledger. So what we do, we create these cash accounts as per the requirement. Say for this scenario, we have created cash for Delhi, we have created cash for Hyderabad. Similarly, we have created cash accounts for Kolkata and Mumbai. So for Mumbai location, Kolkata location, Delhi, Hyderabad location, whenever this petty cash requirement or the cash requirement comes to the picture, then we will use this subledger in the accounting entry. So as of now, this has been, we have been suggesting this requirement to use as a ledger account. Now we don't need to use as a ledger account. Instead, we can use this sub ledger account. Cash Delhi, Cash Hyderabad, Cash Kolkata, and Cash Mumbai. So that's how we create this account in the system. How we use it? So when the usage activity comes into the picture, we have an option called sleep journal. Sleep journal is what? Is basically the cash sleep journal. So for sleep journal as well, we have a new journal type now available, which is I will show you. So now you see when you create the journal, you can just create it as a journal type as cash. And this journal names is available, will be available here in the sleep journal page. So now if I go to the lines page, I can use this. So if you see this sleep journal, the accounting type comes as a petty cash. So as of now, what we have seen in the dynamics till 10.38 version, we have seen fixed asset as a account type, we have seen ledger account, vendor, customer. But as of now, this petty cash accounting type was not possible. So from 10.39 version, this feature is now available. So we can use this petty cash as accounting type. And when we select this sleep journal, we can use cash Delhi, cash Hyderabad, cash Kolkata. So I will select cash Kolkata. I can write description. I can say suppose when we are adding the money into this cash account, we can add, let's say suppose 1 lakh, 100,000, and then I can select the bank account. From where I getting this money? Okay, so I will say suppose India Bank of India account, and that's it. So I can post it. I will just select the approve and then post it. So once I post it, this cash account is basically will get some balance in their hand, and from there we will use this petty cash to release the money from this account. Okay, so that is the concept. Basically is the overall concept I wanted to give you, that what is available in the system. It is not the end. There are multiple, control is in place. So when you talk about petty cash, any company wants to have some control, because in bank account, if that is a control account, you can still have some, minus balance, negative balance in the bank account. But in petty cash, since it is a real hard cash, so in most of the organization, they don't allow the negative cash balance because they don't have money. So how they can release it? So they cannot use that petty cash account. For that, control is in place as well, that Karthik will take care of it. So what I wanted to make you understand, what is petty cash. So in short, if you talk about petty cash, it's basically the requirement of cash custodian. When they get some requirement from the branches, they can use this petty cash as a sub ledger, and they can make some accounting in the system instead of using the cash in hand account, right? So for that, there are multiple parameters available, which I will talk about, and later on Karthik will also give some details. So for that, when we talk about this cash account, we only created the cash account as a sub ledger. But as you know, if you're working in Dynamics from couple of times, then you will understand the sub ledger will have some ledger account associated with it. Either it is maybe a single one-to-one relationship, or be it a posting profile. Similarly, likewise, for this petty cash as well, we have a posting profile. So once we have created this petty cash as a as a cash account like Cash Delhi, Cash Hyderabad, Cash Kolkata, and Cash Mumbai, we still can segregate this account as per the requirement. For that, we have petty cash posting profile or cash posting profile. What is that? So if you go to setup in cash and bank management, you can go to cash posting profile, and you can create a posting profile. Under that, you can map this cash daily into the ledger account, which your organization or your partner organization can create the chart of accounts as per the requirement. Like for cash daily, we have created this 11081. For cash Hyderabad, we have created 110184. So it's basically the control and the for the reconciliation purpose. Whenever you post this cash journal, you can still reconcile, you can still check the ledger account details based on your cash accounts. So for that control and reconciliation purpose, we have this posting profile available in the system. So what we have learned so far, for petty cash, we can create cash accounts, and we can bifurcate as per the cash accounts. We can create the ledger accounts, and we can map it in the posting profile. Okay, so this is the overall activity what you can do, or as a Microsoft Dynamics system capability, what Microsoft system can do. What Microsoft system has now, what is the capability Microsoft system has now? We have the cash account as a sub ledger, and we can use this sub ledger, and we can create a posting profile whenever the posting happens. Based on the ledger setup from the posting profile, that gets posted in the accounting system. So I hope I was able to make you understand. If not, you can raise your hand and you can ask, and I will take a pause here. No questions as of now. Okay, I think Sujay has raised his hand. You can ask Sujay.
Yeah, Ramit, thank you. First, my question is that, like, as we have already mentioned, like, in a single legal entity, we can create the multiple cash account, right? As a
Yeah.
subledger, and based on that, we can create the profile like Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai. Okay. In the similar manner, if any organizations like has a single cash account, but that cash account they can actually mention with a different dimension wise. So is it possible that features also like I will say that in the Delhi we have a different cost center. So we will create the single subledger and of course with the subledger one cash management profile. But with the help of
So
dimension, we can track.
yeah, yeah. Uh, as of now, from the master point of view, like
Okay.
cash accounts that cannot have dimensions, but you can still use this cash account as a one cash account in the organization. But at the time of slip journal posting, you can use this financial dimension at the time of posting.
Okay. So
So what?
so in a nutshell,
Yeah,
we can actually get the result in that dimension wise also, right? Correctly.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So at the time of posting, you can use it.
And then that I believe the same way like other posting. So the approval matrix also is available as like the other journals.
So for the approval one, my Karthik will give a
Okay.
demo,
Yeah.
a end-to-end demo
Sure.
how this works. But yes, we have some control over here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And is there any question further? Thank you, Sujay, for your question. It's really appreciated. Yeah. Is there any question on it? No? Yes. Okay, I think Muhammad has raised his hand. Yeah,
Yes,
Muhammad, go
Ramit,
ahead.
thank you. Yeah, I had a question that when you have created a slip journal, as you have shown, can we just like when we pay, issue a check in from the bank, we withdraw that amount and that ups the cash in hand. So when you are, can you just go to the dynamics? It's a slip journal, if I'm not wrong. You're posting to update.
Yeah,
It's a slip
yeah,
journal.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we give something like a payment reference or check number, like we go and give in the vendor payment, so that we can give a reference that how that petty cash account gets, offered or updated?
That's a good question. We have not uh, explored it once again, but we can see in this session because this session is a community session. We can still explore. That's not a problem, but I don't see this payment reference. So maybe Muhammad, you can write your use case. In the interest
Okay,
of time, we will check it. If not possible, then we will take this one-to-one with you. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So in the interest of time, maybe we will continue to this session and we have end-to-end demo on this session. So Karthik will take care. Detail level of demo.
Yeah.
So if there is no question, then Karthik will take care. Karthik, what do you?
Thank you so much, Ramit, for giving a detailed explanation on the functionality. Now let me share my screen first. I'm audible, Ramit?
Yes, you are
Yes, you
audible.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining this late evening. So as Ramit already explained this petty cash functionality in detail, so a company can have a multiple petty cash accounts. There can be multiple scenarios in which the company may want to use this petty cash functionality. So we are demonstrating one scenario where a company is having a four different locations and they want to maintain a petty cash fund at the different locations. But there can be a different scenarios in different industries and companies. So there can be other scenario like in Delhi itself, we can have a multiple departments. So each department want to maintain their own petty cash fund. Okay, so that can be also a scenario where in that case the petty cash account will get increased in Delhi 1, Delhi 2, Delhi 3 based on department wise. We can increase the petty cash accounts. Okay, so it totally depend on the business, a kind of business which company is going. Okay, so on that basis we can create our petty cash accounts. As Ramesh said, the petty cache is an subledger in Dynamics, a new subledger which Microsoft has introduced to facilitate the petty cache functionality. Okay. So as it is subledger, we require a posting profile for it. For it, as we seen for other subledgers. So similarly, here also in for petty cache, we are creating a posting profile where we are mapping an main account against the petty cache account. Okay. So I'll take you through the setups in Dynamics, which we need to do prerequisites. I'll just go through a demonstration. So first of all, we need to enable this feature from the feature management, and it is available in 10.0.39. And once it is enabled, you'll not get this. You'll not see it in the module. So you need to again go to setup, cash and bank management parameters, and then cash module, and you need to enable this enable petty cash. Okay, and these are like company specific control which they have given for this module, so we can enable this module for one company and we can disable it in another company. Okay, there are two checks which we need to do to enable this petty cash functionality. Okay, so finally the Microsoft is justifying its module name of cash and bank management by giving a petty cash functionality. Okay, and then so the first setup which we need to do is to creation of the cash accounts. So the cash accounts can be created from cash and bank management parameters, setup, sorry, petty cash, cash accounts. So they have the sub ledgers. Okay. So we created cash Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai. So this cash account has some functionalities in itself. Okay. So this is a ID, this is a name, and this is a currency. Okay, so normally we use the accounting currency for cash. So but why they have given this currency column and why they are saying that you can use the more currencies? So basically if I go into history of this functionality is coming from, it's not the new functionality, it's already available in Dynamics 365 for the Eastern Europe countries, so European countries. This functionality is already available from the long back. And when it comes to Eastern European countries, they use the dual currencies there. Like they have their local currency and they also use the euro as their currency, a paper currency. So they have two currencies, and for them, like they have given option to select this currency. And the same functionality has been released globally now, and that same features are available for us now. So that's why we have this multi-currency setup here. We can we have a negative cache, so normally we don't allow this negative cache. So it should be normally the best practice is to make it disabled so that the system cache will not go into negative, because normally practically the cache will never go into negative. Okay, and we have a number sequence group concept against the cache account. So we have a global number sequence in cache and management parameter number sequences. Okay, but you want to define this number sequence on a cache account level, then you can create your own number sequence group and define number sequences. I'll show an example here. I created it for one of the account. Yeah, for if I take the cache Mumbai, I created a number sequence group. If I go inside that, I created the same parameter, the number sequence which are available in the parameter are available in this group also. Okay, so you can give a account specific number sequence. Okay, and few more setups which we have is a balance limit. So we can define the minimum maximum limit of the petty cache. For example, there can be a scenario where we want like the petty cache balance should not go below 10,000 on the location. Okay, so for that we can define this minimum limit of 10,000 and we can keep a warning. So whenever an accountant is posting an entry, he'll get a warning if it goes below 10,000, so that he can ask an head accountant to transfer some amount into his petty cache. Okay, so that can be a use of minimum, and there can be a maximum limit can be defined because it's a petty cache. It should be limited. Okay, so there should not be a crores of amount putting in that account. So to limit that, we can have a maximum balance type where we can put an error. So if the amount is going above the defined limit, the system will throw an error. Okay? So this way we can define the limits, and we can check the balance of that cash account from here. Okay? Sorry, from here, cash balance. We can check the balance from here as on date. And to check all the posted transaction on that account, we can get it from your cash transactions. Is a whole functionality of cash account. So now we'll move forward to the cash posting profile. As in Dynamics, we have a cash posting profile for all the subledgers. In a similar manner, we have it for cash accounts also. So we can define it on the level of table and all. Okay, so there is no group here, it's table and all. Table means at a particular account level, all means it is applicable for all the cash accounts. Okay, yeah, then I'll go to the parameters. Let's see few of the parameters. So the default posting profile need to be defined here, as we have seen for other modules. A similar manner, we need to define the default posting profile in the parameter. Okay. If you define the default cash account here, so whenever you create a slip journal, the account will the account which is defined here will come automatically. Okay. So if you have multiple accounts, normally we don't define we should keep it blank. Okay. If you have multiple accounts, so the voucher there should not be any duplicate voucher. So we will keep it as reject duplicate. Currently, this operation amount limit is not functional for the global. Okay, this is a functionality given for the Russia. so it is not functional in the ERP now. So you can ignore this. Posting on earlier date. For example, if you already posted a transaction on 26th, okay, and if you're trying to post a transaction on 25th of March, the system will not allow this. Okay, this functionality will help to restrict the previous date, previous post dated entries. Okay, and this dimension, purpose code, analysis code, department code is also not functional currently. This is also a Russian functionality which is not working in the system now. Okay, and this use confirm status. This I will explain you while doing the slip journal demonstration. Okay, this is basically an approval matrix here in petty cache functionality. Okay, and then we have few number sequences here. Cache reimbursement slip. I'll just go to the demo PPT. So there are a few number sequences: cash reimbursement slip, cash disbursement slip, cash correction voucher, exchange rate. These are all the things. So basically, these are not the vouchers. Okay, the first three which you are seeing are the documents. I can relate this with the invoice. Maybe the example is not accurate, but yeah, when you post a sales invoice, there are two things with two number sequences system will pick. Right, one is the sales invoice ID, which is getting generated, and second is the voucher numbers. Okay, the similar manner when you post a slip journal, a cash document ID get generated and it will post a voucher also. These are two different numbers the system is using while posting a slip journal. One is the cash document ID and second is the voucher number. Okay, the cash document IDs will get generated from this the number sequence parameters. So for different documents, they have a different number sequences here, and we like we have a foreign currency revolution for bank account. Similarly, we have a foreign currency revolution for cash accounts also. If we are maintaining a foreign cash, okay, so we need to revalue that as it is a monitor account. We need to revalue them periodically. So for that, we have a foreign currency revolution process for cash accounts. So for that, we need to define this uh, number sequences. Okay, so now we'll go to the functionality. What is cash reimbursement slip? There are three types of slip journals we can create: cash reimbursement slip, cash disbursement slip, and cash correction vouchers. So basically, cash reimbursement slip is like we are getting a cash from the head accountant, so we are increasing the petty cash. Okay, this is whenever we need to increase or we need to fill the petty cash box, we will use the cash disbursement slip. Okay, and whenever we do an expenditure, we spend in cash, we use the cash disbursement slips to record the expenses, and we have a cash correction voucher. So we don't have a reverse functionality in cash petty cash voucher. Okay, so when you posted a petty cash voucher, we cannot use a reverse button on the transaction level. Okay, it should be corrected through cash correction voucher. This is a separate JV which we need to pass to reverse the transaction. Okay, so we'll see all these functionalities in the demonstration. Okay. So to create a slip journal, we'll go to cash and bank management, petty cash, slip journals. Yeah. New cash. So this is basically a journal name which we need to create. So Microsoft has introduced a new journal type called cash. Okay. So I'll give a heads up, like this journal cannot be, the petty cash functionality is not available in journal currently. Okay, it is only available in the slip journal. So basically for other countries like Russia and Eastern Europe, which was earlier implemented, there it is available in journal also. But currently for global feature, it is not available in any other place. It is only available in slip journal. Maybe in future Microsoft may give it in other places also. Okay, so we can only use the slip journal to post this petty cash transactions. So I'll just select the name, lines. So these are a separate account type, a separate subledger now we have is available. So I select my cash account. I need to give cash. I need to increase my petty cash. I'll just enter the amount in debit. I can increase it from my actual cash or I can increase it from my bank. Okay, so I'll just use my bank account. This is like a normal accounting entry where we can give the dimensions also. I can use the dimensions. Okay, so this post button will not be available until it is approved. Okay, so there is an approval matrix, but yeah, I can say that there is no workflow approval available currently on the petty cache. Okay, there is no workflow designer approval which we created through a designer, right? That is not available on the petty cache, but a normal simple button based approval is available in petty cache, and that too has are two different functionalities. So before that, I'll go to the PPT to explain that. So workflow is not supported currently in the petty cache, but yeah, manual approval is available, and that manual approval is also divided into two parts. If confirm status button is enabled, if confirm status button is not enabled. So this button is available on petty cache management parameters. Okay, use confirm status. If you enable this, you'll get a three status: confirmed, approved, rejected. Okay, if you disable this, you'll only have one: approved. So we'll try by having it disabled. So I entered a transaction. I'm increasing my petty cache. So if I go to document approval, I'll only get one button: approve. Okay, so I'll approve this, and my post button will get enabled, and I'll post this. Okay, so yeah, I'll just wanted to tell you something. The document type, you can see this cash reimbursement slip. Okay, because I'm increasing cash, the document is cash reimbursement slip. And this order number is the document number. This is a number sequence coming from the parameters. Okay, and the voucher number will come from the journal name voucher. Okay, I'll just post it. Yeah, it's posted. We can check the voucher from here. Inquiries, voucher. So my cash got increased, debited, and my bank was credited. And you can see my financial dimensions here. Okay, so I cannot reverse this transaction. If I try to reverse this, so this is not reversible. Anyhow, I use the bank. Anyhow, the bank is not supported. Even if you use the petty cash with the expenses, it will not allow you to reverse. Okay. I'll create one more transaction by enabling this use confirm status, and this time I'll book an expense. Okay. New cash Delhi. Expense will be on the right side. So you can see like now it is a cash disbursement slip. Okay, previously it was cash reimbursement slip. So now we are booking an expense. If I go to document approval, see now I got confirm. The person who is creating the voucher can confirm this, like yeah, it is okay. And at the time of confirmation, the system will check for validations like whether it is below, whether all the limits are satisfying or not, whether dimensions are proper or not. This everything the system will check. Whatever the system is checking at the time of validate, it'll check at the time of confirmation also. Okay, that is a good part which is available in the petty cache. Okay, then the approver can approve this petty cache journal, and once it is approved, we can post it. Okay, so this is the manual approval which is available on the petty cache. The workflow approval is not available. I'll post this. It's posted. So I can check the voucher from here. And you see this reverse functionality is not there. Okay, even it is done like no, simple without bank is not there. Still, I cannot reverse this transaction. Reverse button got disabled. So it means the reverse functionality is we cannot directly reverse the petty cache voucher. And second thing, we can check the document from here. Like we can click on transaction, will take you to my petty cache document, which is got created. This is a document number. This is coming from the parameter, and this voucher is coming from the journal voucher number sequence. So now we have seen the disbursement, reimbursement. Now we'll see like how we can correct this entry. Okay, I mistakenly posted this expense. I want to correct this. How I can do this? For this, I need to create a new journal, cash lines. Okay, I'll take cash daily. So I need to enter the amount in credit only, but with minus sign. Okay, to reverse that. That's how we reverse the petty cash transaction. You see this document type now is correction. So we are doing an reversal. We are doing a correction of the entry. Document approval, confirm. It will be done by the creator. then the approval will approve it, then the post button will get enabled, we'll post it. So whatever transactions I have posted, we can, okay, I'll just show you the voucher. So this expense got reversed. Okay, this same transaction can be seen from cash and bank management, cash accounts, and cash transactions. So from here we can see all the transactions. This is a place where you can see all the cash transactions. Okay, so this way we completed all the journals, and I'll take you some of the some more functionalities which are available on the petty cache apart from this. A few validations I can say. Yeah. For example, I'm posting one entry on create a journal. And before that, I'll just open the cash accounts. I'll take Kolkata and I'll check the cash balance of the Kolkata. I have a 100 rupees, yeah, 1 lakh balance on as on 29th. I'll check for 28th. I don't have any balance on 28th. Okay. And if I try to create a post dated journal on 28th with cash Kolkata, I want to spend some rupees. As said, right, the confirm button will also work as a validation button here. Okay, so message details, it will say that the Kolkata, like the day balance means the 20th of the day balance means on the 28th there is no sufficient cash, so you cannot post a transaction. So this way the system will check whether on that day whether the cash was there or not, because the cash came on 29th and you cannot do an expense transaction with on 28th. Okay, this is the validation which they put, and good validation. As it is a sub ledger, so when we are creating a main accounts for them, we normally enable this do not allow manual entry. Okay, yeah. So now we'll check a security configuration, because I told you two functionalities here. One is the creator and second is approver. Okay, so there are three different buttons: confirm, approve, and reject. So normally the creator should have only confirm access, and the other person who is approving it should have an approve and reject access. Okay, and this can be defined to security configurations. So there is no like by standard rule available with this module, but we can create one. I just created one. I'll just show you that. I created one duty called slip journal approver, wherein I given him a privilege called slip journal approval, which has an access to action menu items. So basically those buttons are action menu items. So I'll just click on it, and I added this cached R cache trans approve, R cache trans reject. So basically the menu item name of those buttons are this. So to add this, we normally click on add reference. R cache trans. So the cancel confirm, two buttons are there for which I have not given access. So there are four buttons available here, right? This four, so this three are these buttons actually. Okay, from here you can given different security privileges to different persons, so that they can there should be a segregation of duties. One is creating a journal and one is approving it. Okay, so this is how the approval matrix is available on the petty cache. Yeah, so that's it from the functionality point of view. It's a very simple and a small functionality. So I hope like we covered everything, each and everything, whatever is available in the module. Okay, like I don't think there's more functionalities about this. Yeah. So we tried to explain each and everything, whatever is there on the module.
Super, Karthik. Yeah. I think you have been able to make everyone understand what is there in the system. So we have still 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
If any questions we would like to take. Yeah, Mustafa, you can take the question.
Yeah, we can take the questions, right? Yeah, Mohammed.
Yes, thank you, Karthik. I just have one question that just I raised it earlier, like payment
Oh, okay.
reference. I think one more addition to this feature would be beneficial. That could be the issuance of check, right? Because we are increasing our cash via the bank account. So I
Yeah.
think if Microsoft also provides a functionality of generating check from here,
Right.
that would be really beneficial. I think so.
So, Mohammed, thanks for it. So, can you just elaborate the business case for it? So, definitely we can take this to Microsoft.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
elaborate the. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually where the scenario is that, for example, I'm an accountant, okay, and if I give a check to the PN or someone like that, and I ask him to, cash that check and then give me back the currency so that I can place it in my cash in hand drawer or something like that. So it would be beneficial for us. The payment reference will be recorded with that transaction when I'm recording the petty cash journal. In our case, the slip journal. So it will have a reference with that in the bank transactions as well.
All right. So, you want some functionality in. Okay. So, when you are basically deducting the money from the bank, so you want to issue
Yeah,
it from the bank as a check to the petty cash account. Okay.
yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
this, I mean, normally the Microsoft not yet release this functionality for other journals. Once the petty cash account type is released to other journals, maybe we can normally use it how we are using for other payments.
Yes,
Right.
maybe in case when it's available
Yeah,
in the accounts payable or something like
accounts
that, so maybe
payable.
we can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Mohammed, I'm sure I will be able to take this to Microsoft by very by soon. Okay, maybe by 1 or 2 days. Thank you for it.
Th-
So
thank you
that's
so
the
much, Ramit.
basic, that's the reason for arranging these sessions. So being I'm an MVP in Microsoft and Karthik also a known community speaker. So whatever we get the feedback from you as an expert, so we take this to Microsoft. So thanks for it once again. So if anyone wants to have this kind of feedback, we really appreciate for it. Thank you. Yeah, any question on it? Any question? Yeah, yeah, Sujay, go ahead.
Yeah, Karthik, so my question is
Yeah.
like these
Yeah.
features has been introducing very soon, right? Means it is recently added by the Microsoft, as far as I
Uh,
know.
yeah, I mean, it's a feature which is global, which Microsoft made global recently, but this functionality was available for Russia and Eastern European countries from the long back.
Okay. So, so my one query is that, like, let's say before that, these features has been there. So,
Hmm.
how we are actually managing this petty cash based on the our cash management process only, correct?
Right, yeah,
So,
by
so
creating dummy bank accounts with the name
yeah, dummy
cash.
bank
Yeah.
account. So they are actually, I just want to understand, like in my organization, so they are maintaining like if I want to pay someone, and correct me if I'm not wrong. So if let's say there are two members where to whom I actually give the petty cash, so I create that employee as a vendor, okay, and based on that only with the help of the payment journal, we are actually making the payment to that vendor. So that is the way actually it is working. Because I just
I
try to
think
understand okay, that
okay.
after the petty cash has been introducing, so no need to create any kind of vendor journals or something like that. Correct?
Yes, yes. I mean,
Okay.
we can
Can I
eliminate
take
it.
this question?
Yeah, yes, Ramit, you can.
Yeah, Sujoy. So see, the only change in the functionality is and that petty cash was a dummy bank account. There was no petty cash as such as a functionality in the system. Either we used to do it by creating a ledger account or we used to create by a dummy bank account. We did not have any petty cash as a subledger. Now we have a subledger. So what you were basically saying, so what you used to do, we used to, if there is a requirement to give a cash to a particular employee, so what we used to do, we used to create a dummy bank account or a ledger account as a cash. Employee and cash was the accounting entry. But now still you still have the functionality to use it like petty cash and employee. This accounting entry will be petty cash and employee. So there is no change. It's just the, instead of using the bank account as a dummy or the ledger account as a petty cash, you are using the petty cash account as a subledger. I hope I was clear on it.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ramit. Thank you.
no problem. I think Rashmi has one question. Yeah, Rashmi, go ahead. Rashmi, you cannot hear you, or maybe I cannot hear you.
Yeah, we cannot hear.
Rashmi, we cannot hear you, Rashmi. I think there is a issue. You can write in the chat his question if there is any technical issue. Rashmi, we are looking forward for a question in the chat. Yeah, Mohammed, you can, in the meantime, you can utilize your time.
Yeah, Ramit, thank you. I just wanted to ask if Microsoft has also added a simple sort of, I'm just expecting a simple sort of report,
Uh,
like for the bank, and we have like where we can just get a summary of all those cash accounts, petty cash accounts. Is there any report available?
Yes,
yeah, the
we
reports
have
are
reports.
available.
Yeah, Karthik. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I share like this? I'll just generate them.
Yeah, that would be really fine. Thank you.
In case of reports, we have like cash transaction report. It will show like it's like a form where you can see all the transactions. We have a cash balance. Sorry. Yeah, cash reports are there. So which are like in a PDF format. If I generate this cash transaction report, yeah. While it is generating, I'll generate some other reports. Cash and bank, cash statement report. This is like few reports are available in the system.
Yes, thank you, Karthik. These seems to be useful when we
Yeah.
will give it to the client.
Like you have like
And
opening
and
balance,
and
you have transactions and ending balance.
And Karthik, one more
Yeah.
question, if I can, just a short one.
Mhm.
In case of correction, there was a document type as correction, right?
Yes.
It picks up that transaction type from the minus sign, right?
Yes, we need to give in minus sign.
Okay. Okay.
You need to
Thank
give in that same column, credit column, but in a minus sign.
you. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, one more
Super.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have this periodic task, cash balance reconciliation, which I told like the same for like foreign currency evaluation for cash. So like we have for bank, it's available for cash also. Okay. The whole functionality and the concept is same. It's just a separate task they have given for cash. Okay, Ramit, like you can continue.
Good. Thank you, Karthik. I think Deepak has one question.
Uh, yes, Amit and Karthik, thank you so much for the informative session. So I have two questions. First is regarding like in language 365, we have some Power BI reports. So do we have this kind of Power BI inbuilt report in details track for our day-to-day expense track so that we can see our daily expenses in Power BI inbuilt reports?
Considering the
Right.
petty cash, it is
Really.
not there. Yeah, Ramit.
Okay.
I think It's an
one
important
more.
question.
The next question.
Thank you for it, Deepak.
The,
Okay, let me answer it. So, Deepak, uh, for cash accounts, for petty cash, there is no separate module as such. This is a functionality as a subform in the cash management. So, but I actually agree that there should be one Power BI embedded report with petty cache. But as of now, no, there is no petty cache Power BI embedded reports. But yes, that is a important. That is a very important question. Very good question on it. But the answer is no. We don't have any Power BI embedded report on petty cache as of now.
okay, the other question is not basically a question. I think this is not available, but this could be the apprehension in this petty cache feature.
I think Deepak, we cannot hear you.
Like, I'm audible now.
You
Hello.
You are audible, but you are breaking sometimes.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, now I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so the next question is like actually not the question, but the apprehension in this petty cache feature. So actually, this petty cache expenses in companies, we have to this kind of expenses kind of a recurring expenses. Like you have mentioned some incidental expenses, some snacks expenses. So this in a day, it could be a more than 20 transactions, 30 transactions, or maybe 10. So each time a user cannot go to the Dynamics 365 and go and to post the invoices. So I am just expecting any mobile application so that the user just open the application and then just put one expense like he has some postal expenses of 100 rupees, and the same day after an hour he incurred some other snacks expenses. So the frequency of this uh, entering this transaction can be reduced because every time he has to log into his laptop and then open and then make the transactions. So this is just an expectation and mobile app so that he can easily make an petty cash transactions in that.
Great. Yeah, I agree. So what you're trying to say is that cash custodians, an example, uh, they are very busy and they get this requirement very often, and that is very much frequent. Maybe 100 transaction per day. Maybe okay. As of now, there is no bulk uploader in the petty cash journal like sleep journal. As of now, there is nothing from the Microsoft. But yes, we can take this to Microsoft and maybe give as a standard feature. But as of now, unfortunately, there is no bulk uploader or Excel add-in feature or data entity for the sleep journal, Deepak. But yes, that is the uh, meaning of this community session, that we will take these questions to Microsoft. But thanks for it, Deepak. As of to answer your questions, as of now, yes, I actually personally I do agree with your question that uh, if I am a custodian, I will get a request 100 times a day, right? 10 rupees, 20 rupees,
Yes.
5.5, 50 rupees,
Right.
maybe 100,000 rupees. But every time I cannot just create one sleep journal and post it. I am maybe very easy. I'm sorry, very busy. So maybe I need a bulk uploader or Excel add-in or data entity, which I can utilize it for bulk uploader. But as of now, there is no data entity for sleep journal. So yeah, that is once again a good question. Since see, this is a preview version 10 or 39. It comes as a standard feature as a preview version. We don't have this bulk feature. Maybe we can take this as a community group leader. We can take this to Microsoft and ask this question, and we can get it clarified. Maybe in 2 to 3 version, in next version, we can get this uh, from Microsoft. Thank you. Deepak.
Okay.
Any
Okay. Thanks.
other feedback or question? We really appreciate.
Uh, Not as of now. Thank you so much for the session.
Great. In the interest of time, maybe we can take one more question. and we will wrap up. And furthermore, if you have any feedback, any question, you can connect with me personally, or you can post your question in the group. Better, preferable solution, preferable is to you can connect with me or Karthik so that we can take this to product group team. We will wait for one more question and we'll wrap up. So we saw Rashmi Sharma has raised her hand. So maybe Rashmi, if you are okay, then we can take your question. Otherwise, we'll wrap up. Rashmi, we still cannot hear you. Maybe okay.
I got a message from like her chat and videos and the audio is not working. Yeah, we can wrap up.
So can you read it out, Karthik?
Hmm.
Read.
So okay, if we need to get the remaining cash balance returned from the anyone whom we disperse the cash, so basically it's like a reversal of a expense journal. We can use that correction voucher, or directly we can use the same voucher instead of debit. We can use the credit column. For example, for doing an expense, we put it on the credit side, so we can put it on the debit column, and we can post the journal. That will the cash balance will get increased, and in the offset we'll take the same expense account so that the expense will get knock off. Yeah, like she's satisfied, I mean.
Super. If there is no question, we can wrap up. But we still request audience to register in our user group. We are planning for many more interesting sessions like this. Okay, and keep in touch. And you can find us in the YouTube for all the session recordings. We'll be sharing this recording in the YouTube from our community. Is there any question? If there is any question, you can connect with me or Karthik. We will try to help you out. We will, if there is no answer, we will take this to Microsoft. And thank you for joining. Have a nice extended weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ramit. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Karthik.
everyone.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ramit.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Karthik.
Bye.
Very nice session.